What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and man, the Phillies. I did not expect this. I did not expect that. 13-3 over the Chicago. I know the Cubs are slumping. I know they're on an insanely long losing streak. But 13-3? I did not expect that at all. Especially when you have a guy like Matt Moore on the mound. I expected the Cubs to score way more runs. But also, credit the Cubs are also a very inconsistent team offensively, very offensively inept. It's either very hot, very cold, very similar to the Phillies. And the Phillies got the hot side of the bats tonight, definitely. But hey, I'll take it. And especially when you get that series win over the Padres, and we're not going to talk about yesterday because that was just ugly. So, you follow up yesterday's ugly loss with a big blowout win today, 13-3. And offensively, especially late in this ballgame too, a lot of offensive contribution, a lot of it. And the Cubs, they had a bases loaded chance early in this ballgame, and they couldn't cash anything in. They couldn't. So I guess that was a major break for the Phillies because Matt Moore, he gets into that bases loaded jam. He manages to get out of it with 2 strikeouts. And the Phillies defensively today, they really didn't make that many mistakes. Alec Bohm making a nice leaping grab. Also, a lot of home runs in this ball game as well. Andrew Knapp hitting it out of the ballpark. You got Rhys Hoskins, Alec Bohm going back-to-back. Odubel Herrera crushing a 3-run bomb. Didi Gregorius getting his second home run since coming back from the injured list. A lot of stuff happened in this ball game. Definitely a lot of stuff. And also, give a lot of credit to the bullpen. The bullpen came in after Matt Moore. He only went 4 innings in this ball game. What else do you expect? The bullpen shut it down. The bullpen was fantastic tonight. Gotta give a lot of credit where credit is due to that bullpen. A lot of guys. Brogdon, Archie Bradley, Alvarado came in. Kinsler came in that 9th inning. A lot of pitchers came in, and they did a fantastic job. Brogdon also had a spectacular play. I think it was in the 6th inning. His 2nd inning of work, like a little line drive right to his face, and he caught it right in the glove. Like a great play there by Brogdon, too. But yeah, a lot of offense in tonight's ball game, and there's a lot to go over. Definitely a lot to go over. And the Cubs, they do get the first run of this ball game in this bottom of the 2nd inning. Jacob Maristic hits a bomb to center field, making it 1-0 Cubs. But then Andrew Knapp responds in the top of the 3rd inning with a bomb of his own, leaves the ballpark, 1-1. Andrew Knapp is absolutely elite. That is a joke. Don't believe what I say. Definitely do not do that. But then the Cubs, they make it a 2-1 ball game. They respond in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Javier Baez, Matt Moore has a couple of base runners. He gets an RBI double to right center field, scores Chris Bryant, making it a 2-1 Cubs lead. But then top of the 4th inning, Didi Gregorius responds with a home run to tie the ball game up. He golfed one. Nice grab by the fan out in right field, and it became a 2-2 ball game. Andrew McCutchen after Bryce, and this was I would say a very controversial play here, especially in the Bryce Harper at bat. He worked the count. He got it to a full count. And there was a call that definitely, I would say, the umpire missed. It was a little low, but it still could have been called a strike. In my opinion, hey, I'll take it. It was a walk for Bryce Harper, but it probably could have been a strike. I wouldn't blame it if it was called either way. And that definitely got the Cubs bench mad. Their manager, David Ross, got ejected from the ball game, arguing that strike call. And then and basically I would say that thing, transpired a big inning for the Phillies because Andrew McCutchen got an RBI double. As you see Bryce Harper hustling all over the base paths to score, to make it a 3-2 ball game. And then Rhys Hoskins gets an RBI single, making it 4-2. So 2 runs score off of that, missed call by the umpire, technically. I would say that transpired a little bit. And the Phillies in the top of the 8th inning, they were getting a lot of work going for them. Get the bases loaded, and originally there was 2 outs in that scenario, but Alec Bohm, he works a walk. Then Ronald Torreyes there was an error there at 3rd base, and which was the benefit of the Phillies, and then they make it 7-2. You still got a couple of runners on for Odubel Herrera on the very first pitch he sees. He crushes it in the left field stands, making it 10-2. So okay, Phillies. Where was this offense a little bit a while ago? But also, thank you for putting the runs on the board to not make this game overly stressful. But then you go bottom of the 8th inning, Jose Alvarado is on the mound, and Javier Baez absolutely murdered the ball. He murdered it. And also, I want to say, I think during this ball game, it was like midway through it as well. It didn't really transpire into anything because I don't think the Phillies scored runs in this inning at all. I think it was the 5th or the 6th inning where I think it was Alec Bohm. He hit a double down the right field line, and originally it was called a foul ball, but then you saw on the replay it was obviously fair because it hit the chalk going in the foul territory, and who else but the umpire Joe West is the one that calling it a foul ball. When you could see on the replay it's obviously fair, and then you see Joe West in the replay, staring at it for like 5 minutes until he wants to call it foul. So yeah, I just wanted to point out that Joe West is brutal, and we all know that. So we go so Javi Baez hits that home run in the bottom of the 8th inning, but then you go to the top of the 9th inning, and the Cubs decide to bring a position player on the mound. So you definitely know what's going to happen there. Rhys Hoskins hits a 2-run bomb, dead center field, right by the camera tower, makes it 12-3, and then Alec Bohm follows that up with a back-to-back shot, solo shot to right field. Literally, Tom McCarthy did not know what to say because he couldn't pronounce the right fielder's name. He stuttered on it. And it became a 13-3 Phillies lead. So, hey, I don't mind it at all. Hey, at least it's a game that we don't have to stress out in because they scored so many runs. And yeah, give a lot of credit to the bullpen. The bullpen was absolutely fantastic tonight. Absolutely fantastic. If you look at the stat lines for the pitchers in this game, Matt Moore, he goes 4 innings, 5 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and the home run allowed to Jake Marisnik in the 2nd inning. Brogdon came in, pitched 2 innings. He got the win in this ball game. No hits allowed, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Great outing out of him. Archie Bradley came in. He pitched an inning, allowed a hit. Good outing from Archie Bradley. Jose Alvarado came in for the 8th inning, pitched 1 full inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, which was the home run to Javi Baez, and he also struck out 1. Kinsler came in for that bottom of the 9th inning. He pitched the full inning, allowed a hit, and struck out 1. So, great outing from the Phillies bullpen. Matt Moore, he's Matt Moore. What am I going to say? What else do you expect from him? Nothing. So, great outing by the bullpen. Let's go to the box score for the lineup. Odubel Herrera goes 1 for 5 with 3 RBIs on that 3-run bomb. Gene Segura, not a good day at the plate for him. He goes 0 for 4 with a walk. You got Bryce Harper going 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 2 walks in this ball game. Andrew McCutchen goes 3 for 5 with 2 doubles, 2 runs, and 1 RBI. Didi Gregorius goes 1 for 4 with the home run and 2 runs scored. Rhys Hoskins goes 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs on the night. Alec Bohm goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs on the night. Andrew Knapp goes 1 for 4 with an RBI on that bomb that he hit earlier in the ball game. Andrew Miller had a pinch hit appearance. He walked. Jankowski had a pinch hit appearance. He was 0 for 1. Ronald Torreyes had a pinch hit appearance. He was technically 0 for 1 even though he got the RBIs in because it was an error. So unearned runs right there for the Cubs. And then also Luke Williams came into this ball game as a defensive replacement, but he never got an at-bat. So, nothing to panic about. Nothing to panic about. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I mean, it was a good game. There's nothing for me really to complain about. It was nice to see Alec Bohm finally hit a home run. What was it, like since the beginning of May that he's finally hit a home run? And I know there's some people that are down on Alec Bohm because, well, obviously he sucks defensively. That's just a given. He's absolutely terrible defensively. But yeah, it does kind of suck to see that the power's not really been there for him this entire season, but I'm willing to be a little more patient with that just because he really hasn't played that long. Because last year you have the shortened season. He comes up, it was like 3 weeks into the season. He had 3-4 home runs during that shortened season, so it was a good season for him. What was he, 2nd place in Rookie of the Year voting, so I'm fine with that. Okay, he starts off the year struggling. He hits a couple of bombs early on, 3 of them actually. And then he has to rework his bat a little bit because he's not hitting for average like he did last year. So there's a lot of kinks in his swing that he has to work out. And maybe there's something in that swing that's just waiting to get that power out. And I think eventually he's going to find it. I know we're tired of waiting and all that, but Alec Bohm, he's barely been in the major leagues for a while. He hasn't even played a full season in his career. I don't even count the shortened season. That's not a full season. It's not. So I'm willing to be patient with Alec Bohm, but I know there's a lot of impatience around the league. A lot of people want the Phillies to sell. So, yeah, I'm kind of in that mode too, just because If this team were to go on a run, they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. So I don't expect them to get much better. They're just going to be like hovering around in the middle, I believe. Even though I think their schedule actually becomes one of the easiest schedules in the National League going towards the end of the season. So you don't know what could happen. You don't know what approach this front office is going to take. But I know a lot of people want this team to sell. So it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to complain today because you won 13-3. But until we go to tomorrow when I complain that you got probably no hit by Jake Arrieta. That's probably what's going to happen. Phillies luck. But no complaints today. That's what I'm going to say. No complaints today. So, Phillies win 13-3. What are your thoughts on this video, everyone? What are your thoughts on the Phillies' offensive outburst? Everything home runs galore. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. And also, don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links are in the description below. And also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Florida Pod merchandise website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All of that stuff is down in the description below. Definitely go check that out. And definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, everyone. And I will see you next time.